Let's harvest a little bit of millet. So millet is also called wild game food. And a lot of people purchase it for deer food plots and things like that. It, like sorghum, this is sorghum behind me, I pointed it out before. It, like sorghum, is really a great cover crop. It grows really easily. They say that it grows best south of the Mason-Dixon line because it needs some good heat. And we have grown some this year. We're looking for ideas and we're trying some different things for our future, for both cover crops and for fodder and things like that. So millet is a good one. And right here behind me is some millet. And millet is really great for both the cover crop and fodder. So we grew some back here. All we did was broadcast it. This is something that isn't a winter crop. And what we're going to do is we're going to save these seed heads and try to get back our seed that we used this year. It's been wet and rainy here. Really isn't the best time to do this because of the wet and the rain. However, I wanted to do this today. So I've got the vital tools. Here are some scissors. All I'm going to do is cut a few of these seed heads off. I'm going to hang them in the house to dry. So first thing you do is look for the ones that are good and ripe. And you know that they're good and ripe by how dark they are. Look how dark these are right here. You see this? I'm going to pick the darkest ones. That would be maybe this one. And this one looks pretty good. Okay, you see how dark those are? Now this is going to provide us a lot of seeds. If I take just a few more of these, it will cover all of the seed that we put out here. I think he bought only like a pound of it or a half a pound. What I want to do is I want to take this and I'm going to hang it upside down. I stopped on the way over here and I got some baling twine. Baling twine is really handy to have around. If you have livestock that use hay, then you probably have some. And I'm just going to tie it really tight. I haven't tied this yet. And then I'm going to hang it up in the house so it'll dry. Let me know down in the comments below if you think it would have been fine in my high tunnel. It's going to get really hot in there, so that'll dry it out, but it might be a bit too humid. Papa's main reason for not wanting me to put it in the high tunnel is because the sides are open still and the birds will go in there and they may eat on this. And we don't want them to eat on it. Plus, I don't want the seeds to fall down in there. I want to save the seeds. Of course, they might fall in the house as well. I don't know. So I'm just going to tie this. A simple little knot should do it. I'm gonna wrap it around a couple more times. And whenever it's time, see the knot that I did there? It was just an overhand knot. Like, I think that's actually a granny knot. That's not a square knot. I'll just hang it up like that. I'll hang it up in the house. And then after about a week or so in the house, that'll dry out. And then we can harvest that and I'll show you what we do there as well. But if you wanna grow millet, then you can use the rest of this for biomass. We can just till this under, or I can cut it if I want to. I'm looking maybe at some point to get a scythe or something like that. So that way I can cut it and then I can take it to the cattle, or I can take it up to the goats, or maybe the pigs will eat it as well. I can just till it under as biomass, or I can feed it to the critters. I got that hung up in the house and I gathered a couple tools and I'm heading over to the high tunnel now to do a little bit of weeding. All right, I'm in the high tunnel and I got a rake. And I got a spur hoe. One of the great things about this video content is that all of you, my viewers, are keeping me honest and helping me on my way. Eric Hale, one of my subscribers, he's got a great YouTube channel of his own. Check his out if you'd like. He's got a lot of good information on there. He said that it would be good for me to go ahead and get on top of these weeds. Where I've got the irrigation going, you can see that we're getting all sorts of weeds and grasses growing in here. I have been very negligent of those in the past. And he said I need to stay on top of those, so here I am going to do that. Paul Gauci, he's the innovator of the Back to Eden garden. He is the one who's famous for it anyway. He does nearly everything that he does with just a rake. So I'm going to start with that. I think it might work if the soil is loose enough. If the roots have gone down deep enough, then it might not work, and I might need to use a spur hoe. So let's check it out and see if it'll do the trick. I didn't do a bad job, I don't think anyway, for over here just south of this row. And I'll probably do well between these other rows. However, I don't think it'll do the trick between these two rows of corn here where the drip tape is. This is too wide and I don't want to hit the drip tape, so I'm going to use the spur hoe for that. I don't know if you can tell a difference or not, but I definitely can over here. This is the row that I did. On this side, I used the rake. In the middle, I used the spur hoe, and I haven't done anything north of it yet. And this other row up here, I've not done anything with as well. So let me do just a bit more and see if you can tell a difference after I do this. Can you tell a difference? This is the opposite way. I just turned the camera around and adjusted my position, but I don't have anything planted down this row right behind me and this other one. I have some things planted on this first row over here, the one that's furthest north. Before I plant anything here, I might just run the tiller over it again. I think the rake and the spur hoe did a fine job, and it didn't really take me too long to do, and that way I can stay on top of the weeds. Thank you for that suggestion and for that reminder, Eric. I'm in here now and it started raining. Can you hear the rain? So that's one of the great things about the high tunnel. When you can't do other things outside, I can be in here and I can work. So I can do that even all winter long. The corn is doing really well, so maybe it'll make something. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm really just experimenting now. So maybe this will work out and we'll have some corn that we grew ourselves on our farm for Thanksgiving. That would be pretty exciting, wouldn't it? If you like things like this, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, select all so you never miss a notification, and come back. We have a new video 6 days a week except for Sunday, and a live stream on YouTube on Sunday nights at 8 p.m.